All right, guys, what's up, man? Listen, I'm gonna talk to y'all really fast. Let me make sure this audio is situated properly. That way, I'm not blasting out the audio box when I'm talking. So this is Sensei. What I want to talk about is the helmet setup that I'm using for my module. My modular helmet, right? Because of how the modular helmet is situated, it's hard trying to find the right setup for my helmet because the modular, it opens and closes. It's not like a regular helmet. So what I have here is I have a strap, right? And this strap I use for my other helmets. And I know I made a video saying I'm not really a fan of the centerpiece. Even though I like the side mount, the centerpiece really is better. You get a full even structure, right? Good visual, good frame up. The ones with the glue, like, let me see if I can get this in the light. Let me turn this way. Yeah, these attachments, I got the glue on them. Like this. You could already kind of see it starting to lift off already, right here. You see that space, that gap? It's starting to lift. And I even lost one that was right here in this spot. I have some of the residue. So what I'm using is this strap. And I'll put a link in the Amazon, from Amazon in the description so you guys can see it. So with this strap, I had a strap that was messed up on here. But my wife and I got together and rewired, or should I say restringed everything. I cut a piece that I liked, and now I have that. So it's good. It's right around the helmet. It locks in place. And then I use this attachment. This attachment gives me a more open viewpoint, and it's not as low. Because my issue is that the camera will be all the way down here. And if you look at the point of reference all the way down here versus all the way up here, I just got this curve attachment, and that's from Taz. That's from the company called Taz, all right? So now, that's the easy part. We got that situated. Now, the hard part was, and I'm still not done, I'm going to talk to you guys as I'm going, is how do I wire the microphone so when I open the helmet, then the microphone is still functional. Well, let me show you guys something. Man, I'm sweating. So, we got that part, right? Now, how do we get rid of all of this stuff here? And if you can see that residue, this is from the glue. So I don't like the glue stuff. This is just the real deal to me. Just strap it on, that's it, done. Now, what I started doing was, came inside the helmet so far, and I have this, I use some heat glue. You probably won't be able to see that. Let me just get my light from my phone. That way you can get an idea. So right here, right there, yep, some heat glue. And that heat glue is holding the cable in place. So that's one thing, it's not gonna budge. And I'm gonna probably use a little bit more heat glue. And I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna probably try to get inside to get a little bit more stretch. It's gonna be a little hard for y'all to see. But the heat glue will keep this thing mounted to the plastic of the inside of the helmet. So that way I know I have security and I ain't got to worry about that running anywhere. So that part is going to dry. It takes a very fast time for it to cool, and I just hold it in place like glue. Okay, now the tricky part now is, where do I want to take this wire? What do I want to do with all this wire? So here's what I'm thinking. So we know that we have the wire locked in its place back here, right? But what I want to do is I want to take that same glue and I want to run it into a spot where I know it's not going to interfere with this happening when that closes. So if I run the glue here and I run it down on the side and then I lock it in place, that should give me more than enough length for me to close this up like this. So I'm tucking this in. That way give me a pattern of where I need to be at. And I'm gonna snap it in. I'm gonna dry run it. I'm gonna snap that back in. Okay. Then I'm gonna push this piece back inside. Lock that in. So I know that part, I'm good to go. Alright. Now, I could probably leave it just like this. But see, the problem for me is this. So I want to make sure that I could at least have this up here someplace where it's not going to pull out as often. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna go back up here, and I'm gonna pull this wire. It's gonna be a tight squeeze though, so I'm gonna have to figure out how am I gonna get that glue gun up in there. If I can't, then that's going to be another journey, but I will be able to get it. Because all I got to do is just kind of open up my space a bit. And I'm going to make this tight enough. There we go. So look, I got it here. It's going to be a tricky spot. But the beautiful thing about the glue gun is that it melts right into a spot. I don't need a whole lot. Gotta push this in. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna hold that in the spot and see if that can dry properly. And then this little piece here, I'll be able to run this in tighter. You see what I'm saying so far? So if this works, I'm gonna be happy, because I just don't like that piece that comes to the side or to the front. The glue is crazy on those things, and they literally just pop off. If it's in the rain, it swells up, and then before you know it, like when I went to New Orleans, that thing was just dropping. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if this held. Perfect, that held. And I should be able to close this. Let me get this glue stuff off of here. Now, when I put this down, let's see something. How much closure do I get? Yeah, so it closes, and when it opens, and I'll fine tune this, when it opens up, see, I still have the room, and I could close it again, and that doesn't mess up the wire, because there's enough slack. Now I'm wondering if I bring it in just a tad bit, if I bring this down just a little bit more, what will that do? Will that irritate anything? Nope, it doesn't irritate anything. As a matter of fact, it's perfect. Look at that. It's perfect. And then also, I might be able to put a little bit of glue right here. Because remember, my helmet is wired for TV, man. I'm worried about perfection. I just need the damn thing to function. So I'm gonna put a little bit here, not a lot. Okay. Good, and I didn't get anything on my visor. Hopefully that's enough to hold it. Maybe not. No, it's not enough to hold it. I gotta use more. That doesn't hold. He's laughing at me because I'm blowing the damn thing. All right, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So that's okay. Let me just wipe this off. I try to see if I can get that attachment on there, but the good news is I don't really need it. I just wanted a little bit more extra security, but that's how I did it. That's how I got it wired up. Let me just clean off some of this glue before it gets messy, or should I say any messier. All right, so there you go. That's the setup. So if you have your modular helmet, look, I'm able to open this up. Take this off. I'm able to open it up. I still have some slack here. You never want this to be too tight for your mic. And I'm able to close it with no problem. Look how to fold in. Remember, it folds in, but it doesn't crush the wire because there's a space, there's a big gap inside of here. So when you close it, your wire is fine. Now, when I put the helmet on, you might be asking about my visual. So, see, I could open it up now, and I could be talking to you guys, and I could pull this down the way I normally pull it down, and just come back down, lock it in place. And the beautiful thing about this is not in my way. This is not in my way at all. So you can see the side angle, and I have 2 points of reference to tighten this up. Now, I have it to where I can even bring this down a little bit more if I choose to, but I'm comfortable with it here, right? So when I'm recording, I'm good. And I could see when I move right, it follows. When I move left, it follows. When I move center, it follows. When I move left, it follows. And like I said, I'm up. Take the helmet off. It's good. And here's another thing I like about this too, the way I have it set up. The button that opens up the helmet, the modular, it's right here. So this doesn't get in the way. All right. So if you're thinking about how to set up your modular helmet, I got you guys. This is pretty much how I'm setting my modular helmet up. I like this setup. This setup to me is gonna work fantastic. Now I don't gotta worry about this glue stuff. So I'm actually gonna take this off. Like I'm gonna take something and pry this off because this is annoying. When I tell you that these are annoying, they're strong to a certain point, but they are annoying. All right, so leave a comment. Let me know if you found this helpful or not. And also, while I'm here, I'll just give my wife a rest on her arms so she can rest her arms. It's a workout. I'm gonna do a quick review of the helmet too. I have the Sedici Sistema, and with this helmet, what I love about this helmet, since I bought the helmet a few months ago, a quick review on the helmet. Now I could talk about it. This helmet is fantastic. It has a lot of breathing points, a lot of ventilations on it. The vent system, you got a nice vent system right here, one, and then here is also a vent system, which this does not block. My GoPro top does not block the vent. The helmet is not loud like when I had that, I forgot the name of that other helmet because I choose to forget the name of the other helmet. That helmet was loud as heck. I really forgot the name of that helmet. But the Sedici Sistema II, it is an amazing helmet. And the helmet I'm really talking about is the Simpson Bandit. The Simpson Bandit sound like I have wind tunnels blasting through my eardrums. All right, so I love the Sedici. It has been with me since I went to Florida. I went to Daytona and I went to Tampa. Then I went to DC. I went to Maryland. I went to New York. I went up to Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts. I went to Tennessee, Knoxville. I went to Alabama, Mississippi, New Orleans. I did all of that with my Sedici helmet. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give it props. Now, I know that they have other helmets like the Shui, which is a few $100s more than the Sedici. And I'm willing to try it because I have I think an oval, what's it, an oval, half oval, whatever shape head. So you have to find a helmet that match your head shape. Okay, and I don't have a big head. I don't have a big head. My head is not big. Well, you know, the head on my shoulders is not big. Yeah. All right. So what was I saying? So why are you over there making that face, Yana? When I said that, she shook her head. That's disrespectful. I'm not gonna put her on camera though, because her hair is a mess, and she's looking like she just got. What happened, Yana? You know it's coming, right? Yana, how come when I was saying that the other head is not, you know, blah, 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 why you made that face, Yana? And your daughter's right next to you, so keep it clean. What happened?
I'm working and you're interrupting me, so can you just go back to what you were doing?
Damn, you disrespectful. All right, so back to business. So the Sedici, if you're thinking about the Sedici, I give it props. I give it a lot of props. Do I have any? I do have to bring it back to cycle gear because when they install the pin lock, there's moisture that still kind of gets in, so you get to see the indentation of the eye sockets. That's just minor stuff. I will definitely buy another Sedici helmet. I recommend it for the guys who is riding. If you have helmets that's too loud, this one is not the most quiet. I really think that the Sedici is good. But I think the Shui is more quieter than this one. And the Shui, you get to change out the pads to fit your size and all that. And I think Shui is the only one that does that, which is why they charge so much more money. But guys, you can't go wrong. All right, so boom, I gave y'all the setup. I gave you the setup of how I'm running my new setup again on this GoPro setup. Look at it again. It looks really good. You see what I'm saying? And now I give you my true opinion on my thought on the helmet. All right, so this is Sensei telling y'all, let's get these miles, let's get the money, let's get this muscle, let's keep it going, baby. I'm out. Peace.